What's going on, guys? So this is not your typical build strike. This is only part of the problem with this box, and this is a very, very late Master Grade Monday. So let's get to it. Alright guys, so on this Master Grade Monday, we're going to take a look at pretty much one of the most insane and heavily customized and heavily accessoried kits from Build Fighters. And it is the Build Strike along with the Universe Booster to make the Star Build Strike. Now I'm not going to bother going through all the stuff on the boxes. Basically, you take this, you pull off the perfect pack, and you add the Universe Booster, which makes it go Star Build Strike. That's pretty awesome in its own right. Now, I'm going to tell you guys right off the get-go, I'm missing some stuff, and the strike is not exactly the Build Strike that you're used to. So, we're going to go ahead and pop over to that. Alright guys, so out here is virtually everything for the Star Build Strike, along with some of the stuff left over from the Strike with Perfect Pack, or whatever it was called. Full Package, I'm sorry. I keep saying Perfect Pack, that's G-Reco. But you can see here tons and tons of stuff. You've got the star parts here for the Plavsky Power Gate. We, of course, have the Universe Booster over here. We have the Plavsky Wings back there. We got some of the other Plavsky particles here. And first and foremost, before we get into any of that, you'll notice that the strike looks a little bit different from a standard Build Strike. That is in fact the normal Isle Strike's head, because my Build Strike head is on my custom 00 Build Strike. that's where that's at. Same thing with these side skirts. So these were the original side skirts from the normal Strike, and actually the skirts themselves have fallen off so much I just left them off. I'm just gonna leave it like that for the time being, or just up, down, it don't matter. Now a lot of this is of course from the Build Strike. You've got the sides of the legs right here. The knees are of course a little bit different. Same thing with the forearms. The shoulders are totally different, as they should be. Stuff like that. Now what I can't remember is if parts of this chest are straight up Build Strike or if these are Isle Strike. I don't remember. You can of course open up the cockpit or just break it off, whatever, because it didn't want to open up properly. And there's a little bitty, what I assume is a Kira inside there. Plug that back together. Go ahead and plug that in. Oh, what the? Okay, we're gonna leave that alone. So, strike is as strike does. We'll look at articulation just real quick. He does have shoulder shrug. All the joints are very stiff on this. It's been a couple years since I built it. Head can go all the way around. He can turkey neck very nicely due to that nice little hinge inside there. And as I was trying to point out, the shoulders should do like a compound shrug, but it's not gonna. And you can go all the way around, but for some reason the shoulders keep locking up on me. I don't know what's going on. They don't want to rotate. I mean, that is a ton of force, and it will not go forward. It will not go past this part. So something internally is keeping that shoulder from rotating. Now I was having a problem with this one, but I got it to move all the way. So like that. Maybe I just need to pull it out a little. Yeah, something in the shoulder armor must have been catching. So pull it out just a little bit, because right there it will not rotate. If I pull it out just enough. Yeah, okay, so it's just the part right there catching from the shoulder armor. So, can go all the way around. You can extend up like so. Bicep rotation and give us a somewhat okay high teacher. Double jointed elbows, but this upper joint is very, very stiff. Those are meant to come off, but they come off way too friggin' easy. Not gonna lie. The other one popped off like super easy. Let's see here. Yeah, it's about as far as that elbow wants to bend. About like that. You get wrist articulation as usual. No up and down, just ball joint mounted. There it goes again. They're going to make that rule, if it falls off, it gets thrown to the side again. Now guys, like I said before, if most of this is my aisle strike, not my build strike, and I said if, because I don't remember, it's one of the first kits I built, so things are going to be a little bit looser, things are not going to be as highly put together. Now the build strike I built significantly later, but so you've got a little bit of ab crunch, you can rotate just enough due to that. Yeah, there we go. Legs can go forward, but you're gonna have to rotate it on one of those nice little slip hips, the up and down moving hips right in there. You can sort of see it. So in the upper position you lose some of the rotation. In fact, it's fighting me a lot. The back skirts actually move out of the way. I was holding them with my finger so we can kick back pretty much straight. That's nice. Though I don't know which butt skirts these are. Honestly, I don't recall which parts are which. I think most of this is build strike, but I don't know. You get thigh rotation at the top, like so. You get double jointed knee action. Once again, I love it when the armor moves, woof, pops out of there, and it has a nice action there. I've also got some really nasty nubs on parts of this thing, not gonna lie to you guys. We got a ball jointed ankle up at the top. Can kick back and forth as such. It's very loose, not gonna lie. And you get some toe action. Now aside from the Exia, this thing also does not have great ankles. It's like they can be better. I will definitely say they can be better. Wow, this back skirt is like stupid loose. Look at that. Now, if this is the original original strike, you can totally use that to plug it up, and it can hold onto a stand via the butt instead of by the backpack or by the back itself. I always like that option. Okay, so let's set this guy aside and look at all of the friggin' accessories. Alright, so first and foremost, I want to look at the nice, amazing rifle that he's got going on here. So this is the version that you get with the Universe booster. So this is the final version with the Star Build Strike. So you get some nice green stickers that go along here. I did do some extra painting, so you got some red right through here, right in there. Got some gray on this part, although that marker really wasn't that good. Some darker panel lining, some gray and red inside the barrel, and some gray paint on the butt. I got some red paint right up here. Now this is in its like stored mode kind of, but it also has its full-on burst mode, more or less. So we want to slide that all the way back. And I have a problem with this every time. The slide joint is a little iffy. Alright, so it comes over this little ridge right here, and that's how it slides, but it likes to stick. But either way, you flop it forward as such, and gotta line it up as a little too far. And so that's its full-on extended version. Of course, this thing in the show would charge up and get ready to fire, depending on how much it absorbed through the absorb shield. But before we get to all that, I want to show off the rest of it, if I can remember how the heck to get it apart, because this is on a hinge. Okay, so it's been a while, so you got to pull that out, extend it out just a little bit, and then the base pistol comes out. Now I did some sanding, it looks like, and maybe some glue on that at some point in time. I know I was having issues with this back in the past. So what happens is that extends. You've got this little thing, it fills right into the barrel, and you see all that just shifts in there. You got a cutout back here, which I think I had to modify just slightly to fit, and you just tuck it in there, and then you shut it. So that's how you get that. Now just real quick, we're going to go back and look at how the original version goes. So this is the bare pistol by itself, as I said. Looks really neat, gotta love that. However, you have the base rifle form, which comes with the normal build strike, works in a very similar manner. Just slap that together, and if I'm right, there used to be something here that's not here anymore that was supposed to tab into. Strange. I don't know, because it looks like this should lock onto something, and yet it does not. Oh, you know what? It slides all the way back. There we go. I'm dumb. It has been a long time since I've messed with these guys. Very long time. It's been in storage forever. But this is the base rifle for the Build Strike, the one that, say, had metal parts reinforced inside it. But, wait, there's more. So we have the original, like, full-on bazooka guy. This one, I did have to glue because it broke right there. You can see it's really, really ugly. Can't be helped. Now, I don't know. Okay, so this is the one I had to extend a little bit. So we want to pop this off again, like so. That's probably where all that glue came from, realistically. So we want to plug this in. I think because this broke and lost its tiny a bit of hinging ability. Nope, actually it just didn't go all the way. Anyways, once again, long time. Go ahead and insert that, put that around that, close that, and now you've got the original big version. Got some darker panel lining in there. Obviously some very not good panel lining. Once again, early kit. This part was a very early thing I did. I do believe I actually have some glue holding on those stickers because I did not want to stay on. You have a little handle here, and it can slide back and forth just a little bit so you can dual wield it in the hand. But that's enough of that. Actually, you know what? That broke just from sliding it in and out like that, so be wary. That's some thin plastic, but I always hold on to extra bits and pieces because you never know when you're going to use them. So those are generally in storage. So let's put this back together for this mode. Alright, so as such, and because he's a strike, he does have the gun holding hand, and very similar to some HGs, it just pops out like so. You plug it into the handle, come in here, and then just kind of strap it in. It's been difficult. It's also was holding this gun for the longest time, so now that I've got it loose, I guarantee you it's gonna not cooperate with me at all. Thumb needs to go down and out of the way, like so. I wish this was a more modern design with the weapon actually plugging into the hand, or vice versa, because it's a little weak, not gonna lie. That's a big rifle, and as I had him holding it earlier, you know, you can tilt it up like so, extend it out like so. Moving on. So here we have the new Absorb Shield. Now this was an actual upgrade to the original Chobham Shield that was on here. Oops, that just came off really, really easily. Now you can remove this guy, at least you should be able to, but it doesn't seem to want to. Now all of a sudden. So this more or less just plugs into the face of the original Chobham Shield, and then, oh, that's what, okay. This is the original little blaster type thingy that was in here. It actually was a part of that. So if you wanted to hold on to that, you still could, but why would you? So now we have the upgraded, of course, Absorb Shield. Now this thing does do just as it does in the show. It opens up and can absorb energy weapons being fired at it. I really do like that. Those things are actually geared together. I love it. And you've got a couple stickers right there. And these little guys down here open up for no other reason that I can think of. It does plug into the back of the arm of the strike, just like the normal shield would, right there on the elbow, in the elbow hole. Plug that right in there, and you've got really nice shield going on. Now, of course, the Absorb Shield does need to be able to power up the rifle. So the fun part is, you do have the plug that goes from one to the other. So you have to do a little bit of contortioning, but you can totally do it. So you just plug this guy into here, And really, if you don't want to bend that as far, you do have the extra joints. Now, this was supposed to reach out and be able to hold it with the hand a little bit. I find that a little bit weird, so I don't do it that way. But I thought it had a handle or something in this series. I can't remember exactly. But if you pull that back a little bit, you could potentially do it, such as this. It gets a little bit weird with this extra bit back here, but that's kind of how it's supposed to go. So absorb shield powers up big old rifle, thingies light up, and big beam ensues. So that's actually really cool. I do like that. Now, the first time they used it against the mega size Zaku was really, really cool. Not gonna lie, it's one of my favorite parts of season 1. Now, of course, the main accessory from all this, and of course it is an add-on kit, is the universe booster. And this thing is really, really awesome. You guys have seen before that I made a custom version from my original. This is the second universe booster that I had, and this one I did work too. So I darkened up all of these grays. I hit it with it couldn't have been a black, but definitely a darker gray for sure. I hit it there, and then all along here on the front thrusters. You can see it's nice and shiny right there. Actually, I guess it's vents, not thrusters. So that's really nice. Got some silver going on right here on this main thingy. I've got some black going on right through here, and even some gold right in there. Even the actual cannons got some darker gray paint and some silver, and I did actually put the decals on. Not all of them, I think, just a few. I believe I even painted, yeah, inside the little cockpit, I painted that a darker gray, and I added some gold paint in there for effect. So this was done significantly later, so I had to replace the universe booster after I made the custom one. So that's why I went ahead and bought the backup. Now, any of the spare parts I had, I ended up trading to Carlos. I forgot what I got out of it, or maybe I just sold it to him for a couple bucks. But that's where he kind of got some extra bits and pieces for his custom stuff. Now, you do have the red crystals all over here. But fun thing is, I still have the original. So I have spares of these, I just have nothing to do with them right now. But as a striker pack, it does do what it's supposed to do. Now, I can't find the adapter. There's supposed to be a little adapter that plugs right up in there so that this guy can sit on the stand like so. But I cannot find it for the life of me. I have no idea. It's not in any of the boxes that I have. And mind you, one problem I have with this review is so many of these things were scattered amongst different boxes. So it's been kind of a struggle. I'm not going to lie to you guys. So this review is taking a lot to actually make happen. But I'm going to go ahead and get this into backpack mode. This will make a return here in a little bit. So real simple. You want to come up here, grab the cockpit kind of area, slide it forward, flip it over backwards, and you'll see the striker pack peg will flip forward, and then you rotate this guy around and pull it back. So now this extends forward, and this is all back here, all nice and purty like so. You want these kind of pushed out a little bit. You want to pull up what I call the backpack straps, like so. It's on a tiny hinge right here. Pull that down so that you can get your extension. And these little pegs go in right here to more or less secure those. You've also got your new chest vents, like so. Now you got to lift these up a little so that they'll actually clear the head and whatnot on the strike. So now we have Mr. Strike again. Come back here. You have the normal striker pack slot. Just line that up and push her on in. Now this also lines up with the holes in the backpack. It's not necessarily a secure thing, but it is for alignment. Now this strike head has a much narrower V-fin than the normal build strike, so it's actually a little bit easier to maneuver these around its head, and I do actually appreciate that. So they just come down and close over and make their full backpack mode. So there's our Star Build Strike, just as it is. Okay, so now we've got these little fins back here, kind of pushed out, and I like that almost dual V-fin look there. That's pretty cool. And if we come to the back, of course, you can see that it looks like a really cool backpack. It just does. I really do love this thing. Always have, and actually adding the darker colors I think made it pop a little bit more. Now of course the weapons can be used in this mode. So you got this nice double hinge right here, which allows you to swing the cannons forward for full-on firing mode. And unlike its full package, the things don't have handles, but you can slide them forward like so and get the full extension. Now you can also rest them down a little bit lower so they're not necessarily interfering with the arms as much. So now you've got going full on strike freedom sort of going on there. Just all the weapons pointing forward. Okay, so now we've got all of the other bits in pieces here that all make up the Plavsky power gate and the Plavsky wings. So all of these little guys here are the armatures to make these things happen. Right now I've got these plugged in here, and these are the adapters for the backpack, and we'll look at that in a minute. But what I wanted to try to do was use a stand so we can get the Plavsky power gate. Now I realize I've actually got this wrong, because this is supposed to be like this. There we go. That's correct. Now you can see everything here is clear plastic rods, and you've got that nice little fill-in piece there. And if we plug this one on, now mind you, guys are going to have to bear with me on this. This is not easy, and it's very, very fiddly. So we'll put that on there like so. Actually, let's not do it that way because that's not going to work. Tilt it up, then put it on. There we go. It's going to be very, very finicky, guys. I can tell you that right now. Okay, so we got that one. Now we'll put this one on. Pull out the adapter piece again. Come on, get out of there. Now part of me thinks I'm missing one or two of the pieces for this, just for the actual, plugging on the stuff, because I think there was another clear adapter for some of these, and you're gonna end up with a very spidery looking situation, but that's more or less what you kind of want to happen. And you can rotate, you can play with these things in all kinds of different directions until you kind of get what you want. So what we want is more or less like this. I think it does look like it should be more like up here kind of situation. Let's see. That's probably better. Why is this one completely wrong? It should be exact mirrored to that one, and it just looks really funky. Okay, so that's about as good as that's going to get. All right, now we take the power gate star pieces here, plug them on like so. Now this one's probably going to require some rotation. Get it a little more upright. And this is where you're going to have to finagle a lot of things to get it just right. And this is definitely the fiddliest thing outside of the Dragoons for the Strike Freedom MG. Those are incredibly fiddly and annoying to mess with. So let's see here. Gotta see if we can tighten it up a little bit, because they're all supposed to be kind of on top of each other where the corners come together. Whoa, that just let go. Gotta balance it, just kind of mess with it. And I don't know what this is, this white dot. I have no idea where that came from. I can't scratch it off. It's not a sticker. I don't know what it is. It's just there. If for some reason y'all has that, let me know, because that's really weird. I didn't notice it until today.
Some minutes later.
Alright, so here we have more or less, with some level of success, the Plavsky power gate. And you can see it's really, really huge. So if I have him on a stand, which I don't, but you can totally have him standing back here and shooting through it like you should. Now, mind you, the angle is definitely not happy, but I can fix that by tilting it all a little bit more forward. And it's probably just going to make a huge mess, as usual. But hey, that's actually not terrible right there. Now, this is not complete by any means. There's still more stuff to do. So we'll get the Plavsky power gate out of the way. And so now we need to add the power wings. Now, there's two different ways to do these. You've either got the cool posable ones, which you can actually move and stuff like that. Actually have some nice, well, not nice, got better articulation than most. Or you have the solid options. So it's just kind of up to you. If you want it to just be a straight up solid wing, you can do that. If you want to have it with a little bit of articulation, you can totally do that. Now, the way this works, you want to come back here. You want to pop these side crystals out, if you can. These seem to be very snug, which is good. So pop that out, and you can see the color difference there. And I think this is the left one. They're only going to really go in one way. And if you're guessing, or if you need to not guess, this is shaped in a very specific way. If I can get it to zoom in on it. So that's actually shaped to match this. So bigger side goes one way, skinnier side goes the other way. So tilt it whichever way is necessary to fit it. And that's that side done. Come over here, do the other side. And once again, I have not done this in years. So the fact that it's working at all is impressive to me. So plug this one in. And it's not wanting to go. Yeah, it's the correct way. Just a very tight fit. There we go. Got it in all the way. Because, guys, you know when it goes into like RG mode, all the crystals and stuff turn blue. So this is where you turn the little backpack parts up a little bit. And then you can really, really like knock these wings out of the park. And that is ridiculous right there. But wait, we're not done. Because there's more stuff. We have these parts. Now these go on over the top of the chest, kind of right here. And actually this little guy is not in the right spot. So we want to pull off these little crystals right here. Which is not easy, and you really don't want to lose those guys. And these line up, one right inside the crystal, and then you've got these two tabs right here that go on the shoulder strap. And that is the right side, if I can tell. Because they're only going to go on one way. The tabs only go on one side. So you can try to screw it up, but really, I don't think you can. But by all means, try to screw it up. That's how you learn. So you got one tab goes in here. Oh, nope, I think I had it right the first time. Goes this side. Couldn't tell. See, it's been too long since I messed with this thing. And it's just not gonna line up to save my life today, is it? Okay, so that actually went on. It was kind of a pain, but I got it to go. And get this one on here. Now the V-fin will absolutely get in the way regardless of which strike you're using. So just be wary of that. But there he is, totally in Plavsky Powergate mode, and looking really good. Or Plavsky wings of light or particles or whatever. Plavsky wings. They're just going to call it the Plavsky wings. Now, there is a third set that I cannot find. I don't know where they are. Like I said, these things are scattered amongst a lot of boxes. So they would go right here. You pull out these two crystals and they will be like flying downward. And there we have it, pretty much in its complete form. And yeah, it's an enormous mess, guys. It really, really is. It takes a lot to get this guy just right. I mean, if I had all the stands, all the connectors and everything, if I knew where everything was, it would be better. I'm not gonna lie. I would really, really love it. But this guy is still really, really cool. Now, I wish they had released it with all of the crystals in blue for Plavsky mode or for RG mode. You know, maybe if you buy that cool RG mode version that comes with the clear flame or clear frame and all that, maybe that would work. Now, there is another mode that you can totally do with this, and it's a huge pain, so I'm actually not gonna bother. But what you can do is, using a combination of this extra piece and the clear piece that we saw from before, you can plug these directly onto the backpack with the wings and have it all completely self-contained instead of doing it this way. But because it is a pain, guys, I will skip it. Alright guys, so I made a liar out of myself. I went ahead and actually put it into this mode because, well, it looks friggin' awesome if and when you actually get it to work. Biggest problem being, of course, the armature. Trying to get it all lined out and planned and properly executed and stuff. Honestly, it's a mess. It truly, truly is. Because if you look at it, I don't have these even remotely facing the same way. It's kind of ridiculous. It's a problem with these kind of compound joints. So, I'm trying to get the kind of star mode figured out. You're just gonna have to do what you can. Like, they should probably be a lot tighter, like in like this, but you know, it is what it is. And yeah, it's a wobbly mess, but hey, I actually found the stand adapter, so that worked out. And hey, I also found the parts I was missing for the backpack. So now, realistically, it's actually complete. Not great, because, well, it's just kind of a cluster, but hey, it's actually complete. So this is my Star Build Strike, more or less, because, of course, it has regular strike parts. But it does still look really good. I kind of miss the big yellow V-fin, but hey, it is what it is. I know this has been a long one, and I know it's really late, guys. Thanks for bearing with me. It was a busy weekend, and I've had nothing but problems today with YouTube. So, there you go. This is the Star Build Strike, as it is. If you have any other issues with this kit, just like I do, let me know in the comments down below. It is really, really pretty once you finally get it in this mode. But guys, this is going to take up so much space, there's no way it can go in the display. It's kind of sad. Hope you have enjoyed it. And yes, this was actually picked by Steve over on the Patreon. This was his pick. So there you go, Steve-O. That's your that's your review for the month. And guys, stick around for Double October. We've got all those reviews coming up. I've already got 4 done, working on a 5th, and my good buddy Nick is going to be bringing things over. So we're going to miss a few of the normal builds and stuff for this month. And yeah, we already did the unboxing on the Legolas. We'll probably get to that at least by the end of the month. Maybe just sneak it in on a Saturday, because I want to get as many Double O reviews in as I can this month, because it is Double October, guys. So make sure you like and subscribe if you are new. I'll catch you guys on the next review, and remember, as always, keep on building.